Imagine waking up tomorrow feeling lighter, calmer, and more at peace without needing any medicine or complicated treatments. Imagine your body and mind working together naturally to heal from stress, pain, and worries. What if the power to heal yourself was already inside you, waiting quietly to be discovered? This is not just a dream, but a very real possibility. Have you ever noticed how, after a simple walk in the fresh air, your mood can lift and your mind becomes clearer? Or how a deep breath can suddenly ease the tightness in your chest? These small moments show us that nature and our own inner wisdom hold the key to healing in ways we often overlook. Do you often wonder why, despite all the medicines and therapies, many still feel restless or unwell? What if healing isn't just about fixing symptoms, but about reconnecting with a deeper, natural part of ourselves? Take a moment to think about your daily routine. How often do you pause to listen to your body or mind? How often do you give yourself the kindness to just be still and breathe? Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we explore simple, natural ways to heal using timeless Buddhist teachings. In this series, you will discover gentle yet powerful practices to calm your mind, soothe your body, and renew your spirit, all grounded in ancient wisdom adapted for today's life. If you want to transform your life and feel more peaceful every day, stay with us throughout this journey. And before we begin, don't forget, if this message speaks to you, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us reach more people who need these gentle healing truths. Please drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you and building this community of natural healing together. Healing yourself differently means going beyond quick fixes. It means understanding the cause of your discomfort and treating yourself with patience and kindness. Buddhism teaches us that suffering comes from how we relate to our experiences. By gently changing this relationship, healing naturally begins. This natural healing is not about rushing or forcing change. It's about embracing stillness, noticing small moments of peace, and letting the body and mind do what they do best, heal. Over the next parts, we will walk this path step by step, learning how to awaken your own healing power from within. For now, start simply by observing your breath. Feel the air moving in and out. This simple act is the beginning of connecting with your inner healer. Remember, you already have everything you need inside you. Healing naturally is not a distant dream. It is waiting quietly in the present moment. Understanding the roots of inner suffering. In the quiet moments of life, when the noise around you settles, there's a question that arises softly within. Why do I suffer? Why does my mind feel restless even when my body is still? This question is ancient, yet it is deeply personal. It touches the core of what it means to be human. Suffering is not always loud. Sometimes it is a quiet sadness, a subtle tension in the heart, or a feeling of emptiness that no amount of distraction can fill. The Buddha, who walked the earth many centuries ago, taught that suffering is part of life, but also that it is possible to understand its cause and gently let it go. Imagine a tree with deep roots. The leaves may wither or the branches may shake in the wind, but if the roots are healthy and strong, the tree will live and grow. Our suffering is like the leaves and branches. To heal truly, we must look beneath, to the roots beneath the surface of our feelings and thoughts. These roots often lie in our attachments, the things we cling to, whether they're desires, ideas, or even the way we think life should be. When we hold tightly to what we want or resist what we fear, we create tension inside. This tension grows and becomes suffering. Think about the moments when you felt unhappy. Was it because something outside was wrong, or because inside you were holding on to something that wasn't there or wouldn't stay? This holding on is like carrying a heavy stone. The more we hold, the heavier we feel. The Buddha said that all things are impermanent. Nothing stays the same. This includes our thoughts, feelings, and even the people we love. When we try to hold on to what is changing, we create pain. But when we learn to accept change, the mind can find peace. Now, Acceptance does not mean giving up or not caring. It means seeing things clearly as they are, without adding our judgments or fears. It is like watching the clouds pass in the sky. We do not try to catch or stop them. We simply observe. Suffering also grows from ignorance, not knowing the truth of our own nature. We often believe that our identity is fixed, that we are separate from others, or that our happiness depends only on external things. But this is an illusion. Our true nature is deeper and more connected than we realize. When we see ourselves as separate and alone, the world feels threatening and cold. But when we awaken to our connection with all life, compassion arises naturally. Compassion is a powerful healer, both for ourselves and for others. Many people think healing means fixing the body first, but true healing begins with understanding the mind. The mind shapes how we see the world, how we respond to pain, and how we carry our burdens. Take a moment to reflect on your own mind. Notice the thoughts that come and go. Are they kind or harsh? Are they holding on to old stories of pain or fear? Becoming aware of these patterns is the first step toward freeing yourself from suffering. The practice of mindfulness, as taught by the Buddha, is to watch the mind without judgment. When a painful thought arises, we don't push it away or cling to it. We simply notice it and let it pass. This gentle watching creates space for healing. This does not mean suffering disappears immediately. It takes patience and kindness toward yourself. Like a wound on the skin, healing takes time and care. In our culture today, many are used to quick solutions, pills, therapies, or distractions. But the Buddha's way teaches us to look inward, to patiently understand the roots of our pain. Only then can we truly heal, naturally and deeply. Imagine now your own suffering as a knot in a rope. Pulling harder only tightens the knot. But if you loosen your grip and patiently work with the rope, the knot can slowly untie itself. This is the gentle way of healing the mind. You do not need to struggle alone. The path of healing is a path of companionship with your own mind, with the teachings of wisdom, and with the support of others who walk the same path. When you begin to understand the roots of your suffering, you gain a choice. You can choose to hold on to the pain, or you can choose to open your heart and let it soften. This is not easy. It requires courage to face what lies beneath the surface. But it is the most important journey you'll ever take. As you listen to these words, know that healing is possible. You already carry the seeds of peace within you. The practice is simply to uncover them, gently and patiently. In the next moments of your day, try this. When a difficult feeling arises, don't fight it. Breathe into it. Ask yourself quietly, what is this trying to teach me? You might be surprised by the answer. Healing differently means embracing the whole of your experience, even the painful parts. It means being kind to yourself, even when the mind is restless. The Buddha said, pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. This means we cannot always control what life brings, but we can change how we respond. By learning to understand the roots of suffering, you open the door to a natural healing that no medicine alone can provide. Your mind is not your enemy. It is your closest friend. When treated with patience and kindness, it will guide you to peace. In this gentle understanding, healing begins, not as something outside of you, but as a natural unfolding from within. Listen carefully. The breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. It is always with you, yet so often it goes unnoticed, like a river flowing quietly beneath the surface of your awareness. To heal naturally, to find peace, you must first come home to your breath. Many people live their lives carried away by thoughts, worries, and regrets. The mind is like a wild monkey, jumping from one branch to another, restless and never still. But the breath does not rush. It flows in and out, steady and true, like the heartbeat of the earth itself. When you pay attention to your breath, you are returning to the present moment. This moment, here and now, is all you ever truly have. The past is gone, and the future is not yet here. Healing begins when you stop chasing what was or what might be and settle gently into this moment. Breathe in slowly. Feel the cool air entering your nostrils. Follow it as it travels down into your lungs, filling them with life. Then breathe out fully, releasing tension and worry. Do this simply without force or hurry. Just watch the breath as it moves. This simple act of mindful breathing is like watering a seed. The seed is your body and your spirit. When you nurture it with attention and kindness, it begins to grow and heal. Notice how your body changes when you breathe deeply. Your chest rises and falls. Your shoulders soften. Your heart feels lighter. The breath carries away the heavy fog of stress and clears the path for calm to enter. You do not need to change a breath. Do not try to control it. Just be a silent observer. Like watching the wind move through the trees, you watch your breath move through you. This is presence, pure and simple. Presence is the doorway to healing. When you are fully here, the body knows how to repair itself. The mind knows how to rest. The heart knows how to open. In Buddhist teaching, breath is the first anchor to the present moment. When the Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree, he used his breath to quiet his mind. You too can use this ancient practice to find peace in your daily life. When you find yourself caught in worry or pain, return to your breath. No matter where you are, no matter what you are doing, this breath is always with you. It is a friend, steady and wise. Practice this often. In the morning, before you rise, sit quietly and watch your breath. Feel the calm spreading through your body. In moments of tension during the day, pause and return to your breath. You will be surprised how quickly peace can return. The breath also connects us to the natural world. Just as the trees breathe with the wind and the oceans rise and fall with the tides, your breath moves in harmony with life itself. This connection reminds us that healing is not something we do alone. We are part of a greater whole. Do not be afraid of silence or stillness. In this noisy world, silence may feel strange, but in silence, your breath speaks the language of healing. Listen deeply. Sometimes pain and discomfort arise because we have forgotten to be present. We live in the future, worrying about what might happen, or we linger in the past, holding on to old wounds. The breath invites us to come back to the now, where healing is possible. When you breathe with awareness, your mind becomes clear. Thoughts lose their power over you. You see them as passing clouds, not as storms you must fight. With practice, you will notice a gentle transformation. The body softens, the heart opens, and the mind becomes calm. Healing begins not with external remedies, but from inside, from your own deep presence. This is the true power of breath. It is simple, free, and always available. No matter your age, your health, or your circumstances, the breath is your greatest ally. Remember, the breath is more than just air. It is life itself. When you breathe with mindfulness, you are tuning into the very essence of being alive. Healing naturally means trusting this simple truth. You do not need to fix yourself. You only need to return, again and again, to your breath, your constant companion. The breath teaches patience. It teaches surrender. It teaches that healing is a process, gentle and unfolding. Do not rush. Do not push. Just breathe. Be here now. As you breathe, you may feel emotions rising. Let them come and go like waves on the shore. Do not hold on. Do not resist. The breath will carry you through. This practice will also help you sleep better, feel less anxious, and connect more deeply with yourself and others. The more you practice mindful breathing, the more natural it becomes to live with calm and clarity. In every breath, there's a new beginning. There's a chance to heal, to grow, to find peace. So when life feels heavy, when pain or worry cloud your mind, come back to your breath. Let it be your refuge, your healer. With time, you will discover that this simple practice is a doorway to the deepest well of health within you. The breath does not judge. It does not rush or falter. It simply flows steady and true. And so can you. Imagine the soft touch of a gentle breeze on your skin. Feel the warmth of the sun quietly resting on your face. Hear the steady song of birds, the rustling of leaves, the gentle flow of a nearby stream. Nature does not shout. It does not rush. It simply is. And in this simplicity lies a profound medicine, one that has healed countless beings before us and continues to do so every day. Long ago, before cities grew and machines roared, people lived close to the earth. They knew the healing power of trees, the calmness of water, and the strength found in the soil beneath their feet. They listened to the rhythms of the natural world and allowed those rhythms to guide their own lives. This connection to nature was not only a way of life, but a source of deep healing. Today, many of us live in a world far removed from that quiet harmony. We rush through busy streets and spend hours staring at screens. Our bodies and minds carry the tension of this disconnect. Yet, the natural world remains patient, inviting us gently back to balance and peace. To heal yourself naturally, start by remembering this ancient truth. Nature is your first medicine. You do not need to search far or look for complicated answers. The earth, air, water, and fire that surround you are medicine waiting quietly to be embraced. When you step outside, do not rush. Walk slowly. Notice the colors around you, the green of the leaves, the blue of the sky, the brown of the earth. These colors are not just sights. They're signals that awaken calm within your mind. Let your eyes soften. Let your breath slow down as you take in this beauty. Listen deeply to the sounds of nature. Each chirp of a bird or whisper of the wind hold a message of peace. These sounds can settle the chaos inside your head, like gentle waves smoothing the surface of a restless sea. When your mind quiets, healing begins. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Whether it is soft grass, cool sand, or rough stone, this contact grounds you in the present moment. Grounding yourself in the earth allows the flow of natural energy to enter your body. This energy helps to release tension and restore balance. The simple act of being present with nature can awaken your body's natural healing abilities. In this presence, the body remembers how to relax, how to repair, and how to flow with ease. Consider the trees. They stand tall and still, rooted deeply yet flexible in the wind. They grow slowly but surely, adapting to each season with patience. Like the trees, your healing may not be fast, but it can be steady and strong if you allow it. The seasons themselves teach us about healing. Just as winter is a time for rest and renewal, so too must we sometimes slow down and care for ourselves. Spring is a time for new growth, summer for energy and fullness, autumn for letting go. When you live in harmony with these natural cycles, your healing deepens. Sometimes, healing means letting go. Leaves fall in autumn to make space for new growth in spring. In your life, releasing old fears, anger, or grief creates room for peace and joy. Nature shows us that letting go is not loss, but a necessary step toward renewal. The water flowing in rivers and streams is another great teacher. It moves with purpose, yet without struggle. It finds the easiest path, shaping the land gently but persistently. Healing is much like this flow. It does not force or fight, but moves naturally toward balance. When you feel stuck or overwhelmed, imagine yourself as a stream, flowing around obstacles rather than against them. This natural movement brings ease and reduces suffering. Sunlight carries life and warmth. Just as plants turn toward the sun to grow, your mind and heart can turn toward kindness, gratitude, and hope to heal. Sitting quietly in sunlight, feel the warmth seep into your skin and bones, filling you with gentle energy. Even the air you breathe is medicine. Each breath connects you to the vast world outside and the quiet world within. Breathing deeply and mindfully brings fresh life to your cells and calms your nervous system. It is the simplest and most powerful natural medicine you carry with you always. When healing naturally, it is important to remember that nature never rushes. Healing is not a race. Like the slow blooming of a flower, it unfolds in its own time. Trust this process. Be patient with yourself. Healing through nature also means embracing simplicity. We often believe that healing requires complexity, special diets, treatments, or products. But sometimes the most effective medicine is simply slowing down, sitting under a tree, or walking barefoot on the earth. Let go of the idea that healing is about fixing or changing something wrong with you. Instead, see healing as a gentle return, a return to your original, natural state of balance and peace. When you connect with nature, you reconnect with yourself. You discover that you are not separate from the world, but deeply woven into its fabric. This awareness alone can bring profound healing. The Buddha taught that all beings are connected. When you heal yourself, you contribute to the healing of the whole world. When you listen to the quiet wisdom of nature, you open the door to this universal healing. There's a deep medicine in the stillness of a forest, the vastness of a mountain, the softness of a flower petal. These are gifts freely given, waiting for you to receive them. As you practice this natural healing, you may find old pains softening, old worries easing, and a gentle joy growing in your heart. This is the medicine of nature at work, subtle, kind, and always present. Remember, you do not have to go far to find healing. It is here, in the air you breathe, the earth you touch, and the sky above. Healing is your natural birthright. The next time life feels heavy, step outside. Feel the world around you and allow nature to hold you. Let the healing begin quietly and naturally. Imagine, for a moment, that your mind and body are like a garden. Over time, weeds grow, thoughts, habits, and emotions that do not serve you well. They take space, block the sunlight, and make it hard for the flowers of peace and health to bloom. To heal naturally, one must learn the art of gentle detoxification. This is not a harsh, forced clearing, but a mindful, loving care, like tending a garden with patience and respect. In Buddhism, detoxing is not just about the body, but also about the mind. We carry within us clutter from the past, worries, anger, regret, and fear. These mental toxins cloud our vision and weigh heavily on our heart. The first step to healing is to recognize these shadows without judgment. See them clearly, like watching clouds float by in the sky. They are not permanent. They do not define you. Detoxing the body follows a similar path. It is not about drastic diets or extreme fasting. Instead, it means returning to simple, natural foods that nourish without burden. Eating with awareness, noticing each bite, feeling gratitude for the nourishment. This is healing in action. The body listens deeply to this kindness. It begins to release what no longer belongs. Breathing deeply is one of the most profound ways to detoxify. Each breath is a natural cleanser. When you breathe with full attention, slow and steady, you invite fresh energy into every cell. At the same time, you gently let go of stale air, tension, and stress. This practice brings calmness and clarity, helping to sweep away toxins from both mind and body. In the Buddhist way, meditation is a powerful detox tool. Sitting quietly, observing thoughts without chasing them, allows the mind to settle like mud in a pond. As the mud settles, the water becomes clear. This clarity reveals the true nature of your being, calm, open, and free from the noise of daily worries. One must also detox from attachments. Clinging to things, people, or ideas creates suffering and confusion. When you learn to let go, not by force, but by gentle understanding, you free yourself from the chains that bind your spirit. This freedom allows natural healing to flourish. Our environment also affects our ability to detox. A cluttered space can weigh down the mind. Take moments to clear your surroundings with care. Organize your room. Open windows to let fresh air in and invite natural light. These small acts create a supportive container for your healing journey. Nature itself is a great healer and detoxifier. Walking barefoot on grass, feeling the sun on your skin, listening to the wind. These simple connections ground you and bring balance. Buddhist teachings remind us that we are not separate from nature. By honoring this connection, we allow healing energies to flow freely. Emotional detox is just as important. When old wounds surface, it is natural to feel pain. Rather than pushing feelings away, acknowledge them with kindness. Cry if you need to. Speak gently to yourself. This compassion cleanses the heart and creates space for joy and peace. Sleep is another vital detox. Our bodies and minds renew in deep rest. When sleep is disturbed or insufficient, toxins accumulate. Create a bedtime ritual that calms the mind, perhaps a short meditation or gentle stretching. Honor your need for rest as a sacred part of healing. Buddhism teaches us that everything changes. This impermanence is a powerful ally in detoxing. No harmful thought, feeling, or sensation lasts forever. When you remember this, you can watch difficulties pass without clinging or fear. This awareness lightens the burden on your mind and body. Sometimes detoxing feels uncomfortable because it requires facing what we have avoided. Like clearing weeds, it can be slow and require effort. But the Zen way teaches us to embrace discomfort with patience and humor. Each step, no matter how small, moves you closer to peace. The practice of mindful eating helps to deepen detox. Chew slowly, notice textures and flavors, and feel gratitude for the food's journey from earth to plate. This simple attention heals the digestive system and nourishes the spirit. It reminds you that healing begins with respect for yourself. Detoxing the mind means also choosing what to allow in. In modern life, we often fill ourselves with endless noise, news, social media, worries about the future. Step back from this flood. Choose silence, calm, and presence. Protect your mind as you would a precious garden. Gratitude is a gentle detoxifier. When you shift focus to what is good and true in your life, negativity loses its power. Begin or end each day by naming 3 things you appreciate. This small habit softens the heart and opens space for healing energy. Movement is part of detox, too. Buddhist practice often includes walking meditation, slow, mindful steps that connect body and mind. This movement helps release stagnant energy and brings fresh vitality. It is a natural way to cleanse and renew. Remember, detox is not about perfection or punishment. It is about listening deeply to your body and mind and responding with kindness. The Zen path invites you to be a gentle witness to your own experience, accepting what is and allowing healing to unfold. Detoxing also means forgiving yourself and others. Holding on to resentment or guilt poisons the heart. Practice forgiveness as a healing balm. It does not mean forgetting, but freeing yourself from pain's grip. Water plays a role in natural detox. Drinking clean water, bathing mindfully, or simply watching a stream helps calm a nervous system and wash away stress. In Buddhist symbolism, water is purity and flow, qualities we invite into our healing process. Detox is a journey, not a quick fix. Be patient. Celebrate small victories, like feeling lighter or sleeping better. Each positive change is a sign your natural healing is awakening. In your daily life, try to notice when your energy feels heavy or your mind restless. Use the breath to return to calm. Observe your thoughts without judgment. These moments are detox in action. Healing naturally means trusting yourself, your body's wisdom, and your mind's clarity. Buddhism teaches that inside every person is a seed of awakening. When you nourish this seed with detox and care, it grows strong and vibrant. As you move forward, remember that healing is both simple and profound. It is found in quiet moments, in small choices, in loving awareness. Your natural healer is always present, waiting for your invitation. Let this understanding guide you gently toward health and peace. The process may be gradual, but with steady attention, you will find renewal. Know that every effort you make to clear your mind and body is a step toward freedom. Freedom from suffering, from confusion, and from illness. The Zen Master's advice is simple. Be present. Be kind to yourself. Let go of what no longer serves you. And trust the natural unfolding of healing within. This path is not just for the body, but for the whole being, mind, body, and spirit in harmony. Take time each day to practice mindful breathing, to eat simply, to rest deeply, and to forgive fully. In this way, detoxing becomes not a chore, but a loving practice, a dance with life itself. And so, with patience and gentle awareness, healing happens naturally, quietly, and surely. Embracing mindful movement for healing. In the stillness of a quiet morning, one may ask, how does movement bring healing? Movement, when done without hurry or thoughtless rush, is more than simply exercise. It is a gentle conversation between the body and the mind, a way to bring the heart's breath into every fiber of our being. Healing begins not by pushing or forcing, but by listening and moving with awareness. Imagine the slow unfolding of a leaf in spring. It is not rush, it is not strain. It opens with patience, letting life flow naturally through it. So too should our movement be. When we move mindfully, we invite the energy of life, called chi or prana in different traditions, to circulate freely. This energy nurtures and cleanses, and in this flow, healing is born. Many walk through life carrying tension like a heavy cloak. This tension hides in muscles, knots the mind, and dims the spirit. Movement, practiced with attention, can gently unravel these knots. It allows the body to remember its natural state of ease and balance. When you move mindfully, your body whispers to you its needs, its limits, and its strengths. Listen, respond with kindness, not judgment. The Buddha taught that the body is our vehicle on this path. Without caring for it, our journey becomes difficult. Yet, care does not mean force or struggle. It means harmony, walking slowly, bending with grace, stretching with breath. These simple acts reconnect us with our body's wisdom. When you take a mindful step, feel the ground beneath your feet. Notice how the earth supports you. Each step becomes a meditation, a chance to be fully present. This presence calms the restless mind. It roots you in the here and now, where healing can unfold naturally. Movement also wakes the senses. The rustle of leaves, the warmth of sunlight, the coolness of air. These sensations remind us that we are alive and part of the whole. When the senses awaken, the heart softens. Compassion flows, not just outward but inward, towards ourselves. Many who suffer from pain or illness believe movement will make things worse. This is a fear born from past experience or stories told by others. But movement, when done mindfully and gently, can be a doorway to healing. The key is to begin slowly, without pushing beyond what feels comfortable. Respect the body's signals and honor its pace. Think of the body as a garden. If you pull too hard at a young plant, you may damage it. But if you nurture it with water, sunlight, and a gentle care, it grows strong. Movement is like watering your body's garden, soft, patient, and life-giving. The practice of mindful movement is not about perfect form or achieving a goal. It is about presence and connection. It asks us to slow down and be curious about how our body feels as we move. Is there warmth? Is there tension? Is there release? Observing these sensations without judgment creates a space for healing. When the mind and body work together in this way, they become allies. The mind learns to trust the body's signals, and the body feels safe to let go of old hurts. This partnership is powerful, for many ailments arise not just from the body, but from the mind's resistance and worry. In many Buddhist traditions, walking meditation is a common practice. It teaches us to bring full attention to each step, to each breath. This simple act reminds us that every moment is an opportunity to heal and to be whole. Walking meditation is like a river flowing gently. It cleanses and refreshes as it moves. You may also find healing in gentle stretching or yoga. These movements open the body's pathways, allowing energy to flow more freely. The breath, slow and deep, guides the movement. When breath and movement are united, healing deepens. Do not rush to fix yourself. Healing is not a race but a journey. Each mindful movement is a step on the path. Sometimes it will be slow and quiet. Other times it may be more energetic. Both are natural expressions of the body's wisdom. Remember, healing with movement is also healing the heart. When you move mindfully, You practice kindness toward yourself. You learn to accept where you are today, without judgment or impatience. This acceptance is the soil from which true healing grows. In our busy lives, movement often becomes a task, something to check off a list. But when approached mindfully, it becomes a gift. A gift you give to yourself. A moment to slow down, to breathe, to feel alive. Feel the breath enter your body as you move. Let's soften your muscles, calm your mind, and open your heart. This breath is your connection to life itself. You're linked to the present moment where healing lives. Healing is always available in this moment, through the gentle awareness of your body's movements. You do not need to seek far or hard. To slow down, feel, and move with kindness. As you move through the day, bring this mindful attention to ordinary actions. Washing dishes, reaching for a cup, or it was simply standing still. These small moments are threads in the fabric of healing. With every mindful movement, you are weaving a stronger connection between your body and mind. This connection supports you in releasing tension, reducing pain, and calming the restless mind. Healing is not about erasing all discomfort instantly. It is about befriending your body, learning its language, and walking with it gently on this path. Let the movement be soft, like the whisper of the wind. Let your breath guide you like a calm river. Trust that your body knows the way home. The wisdom of mindful movement is ancient and simple. It reminds us that we are alive, whole, and capable of healing when we listen, breathe, and move with care. In this gentle dance of breath and motion, healing unfolds naturally. There is no hurry, no expectation, only the quiet joy of being fully present in your body right now. So, take a moment now. Feel your feet on the floor. Take a slow, mindful breath. Allow your body to stretch or sway gently. Let the healing begin, one mindful movement at a time. Imagine a place where nothing moves, yet everything is alive. A place where silence is not empty but full of presence, full of meaning. This place exists inside each of us, though many forget how to find it. It is in the silence, in the stillness, that true healing begins. We live in a world filled with noise. Noise from outside, noise from inside. Our minds chatter endlessly. Worries about the past, fears about the future, countless distractions pulling us every way. But when we learn to sit quietly without trying to change anything, something deep shifts. We begin to listen, not just with our ears but with our whole being. Healing through silence is not about escaping from life. It is about meeting life fully, with open eyes and a calm heart. The Buddha taught that by sitting in stillness, we can see clearly how our minds work. We notice the thoughts that trouble us, the emotions that bind us, and gently let them go, like leaves floating down a quiet stream. When we allow ourselves to be silent, the body begins to relax. The breath slows, the heart softens, and the tightness in the chest can dissolve. This is nature's way of healing, the body and mind returning to balance, free from tension. Sometimes, people feel afraid of silence. They think it will bring loneliness or sadness. But true silence is not emptiness. It is a space of peace where we can befriend ourselves. In that space, we learn patience, kindness, and deep understanding. When the world feels heavy, when troubles crowd the mind, silence is a refuge. It gives us a place to rest, to gather strength. Like the quiet earth after rain, it refreshes the soul and prepares us to face life again with calm and courage. We do not have to sit for hours to experience this healing silence. Even a few minutes a day, sitting quietly with no distractions, can bring profound peace. The mind will wander, and that is natural. The practice is simply to notice when it does and gently bring attention back to the breath or the body. This simple act of returning to the present moment again and again trains the mind to be steady. Like a mountain that does not shake with every wind, the mind becomes strong, clear, and calm. This strength is not forceful but gentle, a quiet power that helps us heal. Silence also teaches us about connection. When the mind is still, we can feel a deep connection to everything, to ourselves, to others, and to the world around us. This connection nourishes the heart and opens the door to compassion, which is a powerful healer. In Buddhist tradition, silence is not just about quieting noise. It is about awakening to the true nature of life. It is seeing that all things come and go like waves on the ocean. In this seeing, we find freedom from suffering. Healing in silence means embracing the present moment exactly as it is. We do not run from pain or try to force happiness. We allow whatever arises to be there, without judgment or fear. This acceptance brings peace. When you sit in silence, do not expect to control or fix anything. Healing is a natural process that unfolds when we stop interfering. Trust that your body and mind know what to do if given the space. It can help to imagine your mind as a clear pond. When the surface is still, the water reflects the sky perfectly. When the water is disturbed, the reflection is blurry. Silence calms the water so the reflection of your true self becomes clear. Sometimes, silence can bring up feelings that were hidden, sadness, anger, or fear. This is part of healing. When these feelings arise, simply notice them without pushing away. Breathe into them and let them soften. The silence holds everything with kindness. In this way, silence becomes a safe container for healing old wounds. It is a patient friend who listens without judgment and offers unconditional acceptance. Our busy lives make it easy to forget the power of silence. We fill every moment with noise and distraction, fearing that stillness will bring discomfort. But the Buddha reminds us that true peace comes from turning inward and resting in silence. Healing is not a race or a task to complete. It is a gentle journey back home to ourselves. Silence is the path and the guide. When you find moments of silence during your day, cherish them. Allow yourself to rest fully. Let go of the need to do or think. Simply be. In silence, we discover the deepest parts of ourselves, parts that are wise, calm, and whole. These parts are the natural healers that Buddhism calls to awaken. Remember, the silence within is always present. It is not something far away or hidden. It is there right now, beneath the noise and distraction, waiting for you to notice. Each time you return to silence, you practice healing differently, naturally. No medicine, no special tools, only your presence and breath. This healing silence is a gift you can carry with you, anytime and anywhere. It does not depend on your surroundings or your health. It is a power that lives in your own heart. So, when life feels overwhelming, when pain or stress weighs on you, remember to come back to silence. Let it wash over you like a gentle wave. Let it renew your spirit and clear your mind. Healing naturally through silence takes patience. Some days will be easier than others. Some moments will feel more peaceful. This is the way of practice, steady, gentle, and kind. As you continue, you will find that silence brings not only healing but also wisdom. In stillness, you learn to see clearly what causes suffering and how to let it go. You will begin to live with more ease and grace, even in difficult times. Silence is not emptiness, it is fullness. Fullness of peace, clarity, and love. It is the home of natural healing. Compassion as a catalyst for recovery. Sit down quietly for a moment. Let your hands rest softly in your lap. Feel your breath coming in and going out. Now, ask yourself one simple question. Have I truly been kind to myself? Healing is not only about herbs, food, or meditation. Real healing begins the moment we allow compassion to enter our life, not only for others, but also for ourselves. Many people grow old carrying the same wounds they had in youth. Not because time doesn't pass, but because love, real, honest, deep compassion, was never given to those wounds. A person may go through 100 treatments, follow 1,000 pieces of advice, but without compassion, something important remains missing. The heart stays cold. The body stays tense. The mind keeps spinning with regret, blame, or guilt. And so, the wound stays open. But when we look at ourselves the way a mother looks at her child, gently, without judgment, something beautiful begins. Compassion softens the pain. It wraps around the wound like warm cloth. It says, you are still worthy. You are still whole. You are still loved. Many people think compassion is only for others. Be nice to strangers. Forgive a family member. Show patience to someone who has hurt you. Yes, all of that is part of it. But the deeper, more powerful form of compassion begins when you stop being harsh with yourself. When you stop saying, I should have known better, or I always mess things up, or I am not enough. No, you have suffered long enough under such thoughts. It is time to speak to yourself with kindness. It is time to place your own heart into your own hands and hold it gently. In Buddhism, we often speak of karu, compassion that arises not from pity, but from deep understanding. When we see clearly that all beings suffer, that pain is a shared part of life, then compassion grows like a flower after the rain. We begin to see even those who hurt us as people in pain. We begin to see our younger selves not as fools, but as innocent and lost. And we begin to forgive. Compassion heals because it allows us to relax. When we stop being angry with ourselves, when we stop pushing away what hurts, the mind becomes soft, open, and still. In that stillness, natural healing happens. The body feels safer. The breath becomes deeper. The nervous system calms down. Slowly, the knots begin to untie. Have you ever noticed how tears sometimes fall not from sadness, but from relief? That moment when someone finally understands you. When someone finally says, it's okay. I see you. I hear you. That is compassion in action, and it is powerful medicine. Now imagine offering those words to yourself. Imagine sitting quietly and saying, Dear self, I know you've been trying. I know you have made mistakes. I know you carry pain, but I also know you have done your best. I forgive you. I love you. I'm here for you. These words, spoken from the heart, could be more healing than any pill. They remind the inner child, the tired soul, the aching heart, that it is not alone. And then something shifts. You sleep better. You breathe easier. The burden grows lighter, not because it disappeared, but because love is now helping you carry it. True compassion is not weak. It is not soft in the way people often think. It is the strongest force in the human heart. It says, I will stay. I will care. I will not run away, even from pain. And that kind of presence, that kind of courage, is what transforms pain into peace. When you bring compassion into your healing journey, you no longer chase results. You stop asking, will I be better? And instead, you start asking, how can I love myself today? That question alone creates space for healing. Because love is slow, love is patient, love does not demand. Many people, especially as they grow older, feel regret. They wish they had spoken differently, chosen better, loved more deeply, or taken another path. But regret is like a heavy bag on your back, and compassion is the only thing that helps you set it down. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are the awareness seeing all of this, and you are allowed to grow. As a Zen Master, I often remind students that even the lotus flower grows in the mud. Healing does not require you to be perfect. It simply asks that you stay present, that you stay kind, and that you keep showing up for yourself. You don't need to wait for someone else to be kind to you. You don't need to wait for an apology or for life to be fair. You can give yourself the gift of compassion right now, in this moment. That is the freedom Buddhism teaches. That is the strength already inside you. Let your breath be an anchor. Let your body rest. Let your mind soften. And from this quiet place, let compassion rise, not as a feeling you force, but as a natural warmth, like sunlight touching your skin. Sometimes the most healing thing is simply to whisper to yourself, I matter. Yes, you do. You matter. Your pain matters. Your joy matters. Your healing matters. And from this understanding, you begin to heal differently. Not by running, not by pushing, not by controlling, but by listening, allowing, and loving. Stay with that truth. Let it sink deep and carry it with you as we walk forward together, one gentle step at a time. Healing is not only what we eat with our mouths. It is also what we feed our hearts and minds. This is the meaning of spiritual nutrition. Just as your body needs good food to be strong and healthy, your spirit needs wholesome nourishment to grow calm, clear, and balanced. Many people think of healing as fixing the body only, but in truth, healing is a harmony. It is a balance of the body, mind, and spirit all working together. When one part is missing, the whole cannot flourish. Imagine a tree that has healthy roots, but no sunlight, or sunlight, but no water. It cannot grow fully. So too with ourselves. In the teachings of the Buddha, balance is the middle way. It is not too much and not too little, not too hard and not too soft. It is a gentle path that leads us toward natural harmony. This balance is the foundation for healing that lasts. Think about the food you eat every day. Is it made with care? Does it come from nature's simplicity or from many machines and chemicals? When we eat foods that come close to their natural state, our body feels lighter and clearer. This is because nature's food contains the energy it needs to support life. Fresh fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, and seeds. They are gifts from the earth, given without asking for much in return. But spiritual nutrition is more than physical food. It is also the thoughts you nourish your mind with. Are your thoughts full of kindness, patience, and understanding? Or are they filled with anger, worry, and fear? Like food, the mind can be fed well or poorly. When we choose to feed our mind with peace and compassion, our spirit becomes strong and gentle. Daily habits also affect our spiritual nutrition. How we spend our time, in quiet reflection, in nature, with people who lift us up. These are the moments when the spirit drinks deeply. In contrast, too much noise, distraction, and negative company can drain us. The Zen way is to be mindful of what we allow into our lives, carefully choosing what nourishes us. When your spirit is nourished, healing happens naturally. You will notice your energy rising, your sleep deepening, and your heart opening. The body follows the mind and spirit. They are connected like a thread through a bead. One cannot be pulled without moving the other. This connection is seen clearly in the seasons. In spring, life grows fresh and new. In summer, energy is bright and strong. In autumn, the body slows down and prepares to rest. In winter, the earth sleeps and renews. When you live in harmony with these rhythms, you support your natural balance. Healing flows more easily. Healing also grows from acceptance. Accepting your present moment, your body as it is, your mind with its thoughts and feelings, is a great nourishment. When we fight ourselves, we use energy that could be used for healing. When we accept, healing begins. The Buddha taught us to be gentle and kind to ourselves, like a mother to a child. Sometimes healing requires patience. Like the slow growth of a tree, it cannot be rushed. In this waiting, we learn trust in nature's wisdom and in our own inner strength. This patience is a form of spiritual food, feeding hope and peace. The breath is a powerful tool for spiritual nutrition. Each breath carries life, energy. By breathing slowly and mindfully, we bring fresh nourishment to our entire being. The breath connects us to the present moment, the only place where healing lives. Another way to nourish the spirit is through simple acts of kindness. When you help another, your heart opens and expands. This expansion nourishes you as much as the other person. Compassion is a healing energy, both given and received. Silence is also food for the spirit. In silence, the mind finds rest. The chatter slows down. We can hear our true nature shining quietly beneath. This quiet is where healing seeds are planted. Gratitude is a daily medicine. When we notice the small blessings, a warm sunbeam, a kind word, a deep breath, we fill our hearts with joy. This joy nourishes healing like sunlight feeds a plant. Letting go of worries and burdens is important for natural balance. Like a river releasing leaves downstream, we release what weighs us down. When a mind is free, the spirit dances. Spiritual nutrition invites us to live simply. In simplicity, we find space to breathe and grow. We need fewer things and more presence. This presence is the nourishment the soul has always wanted. Our connection to the earth is part of spiritual nutrition. Walking barefoot on grass, feeling the breeze, hearing the birds. These moments remind us that we are part of a larger whole. When we remember this, healing feels natural and effortless. Each day offers a new chance to nourish yourself differently, more gently, more deeply, more naturally. Healing is not a destination, but a path we walk one step at a time with awareness and care. Remember, healing comes from what we give ourselves. The foods we eat, the thoughts we think, the moments we cherish, all become the medicine for our body and soul. When we live with this understanding, we begin to see the sacred in the ordinary. Every meal, every breath, every kind word becomes a prayer of healing. The wisdom of the Buddha shows us that inside each one of us is a natural balance waiting to be found. It is not outside in things or places far away, but inside, in the present moment, in the way we choose to live. So take a moment now. Breathe in deeply. Feel the energy of life within you. Know that you are connected to a great river of healing that flows through all living beings. You are not separate. You are part of nature's endless dance of growth and renewal. When you honor this, healing becomes not only possible, but natural and easy. Let the path of spiritual nutrition guide you to peace and health. Feed your mind with kindness. Feed your body with nature's gifts. Feed your spirit with love and patience. Healing yourself differently means trusting this process, this rhythm, this balance. It means listening deeply to what your body and soul need and giving it gently, without hurry or force. In this way, healing becomes a natural blossoming, like a lotus flower opening slowly, quietly, beautifully, revealing its true self under the warm light of awareness. Living in harmony with the seasons of life. Listen carefully, for life is much like the changing seasons. Just as the earth moves through cycles of spring, summer, autumn, and winter, so too does our life flow through moments of growth, fullness, release, and rest. To live well is to understand these rhythms, to accept them fully, and to move gently with their natural order. Spring is a time of new beginnings. It is the awakening of life after the quiet stillness of winter. The buds break open, fresh green leaves appear, and the air feels alive with possibility. In our lives, spring is the time of new ideas, new hopes, and new energy. But if we resist this season, try to rush growth, or hold too tightly to what has already been, we create tension in ourselves. The wisdom of nature teaches us patience. Trust the process. Do not force growth. Rather, allow it to unfold. Summer follows, a season of fullness and warmth. The sun shines long and bright, and the world is rich with color and life. This is a time to nourish what has grown, to enjoy the fruits of your efforts. In your life, summer is when your strength is high, your spirit is bright, and your joy feels abundant. Yet, even in summer, there is a lesson. Do not cling too tightly to this fullness, for it too is temporary. Celebrate it fully, but be mindful that nothing lasts forever. Then comes autumn, the season of letting go. Leaves turn gold and red and fall gently to the ground. This is nature's way of clearing space, preparing for the quiet rest ahead. In our lives, autumn calls us to release what no longer serves us, old habits, old hurts, and old fears. It can be hard to let go because it feels like losing something dear. But the wise know that letting go makes room for new growth to come. Accept this with gentle heart. Let the leaves fall naturally. Do not hold on tightly. Winter follows, the time of rest and stillness. The earth is quiet beneath the snow or cold air. Life slows down to conserve energy. In our lives, winter is the time for reflection, healing, and deep rest. It is easy to feel lonely or empty in winter's quiet, but it is also a time of profound peace if we embrace it. The stillness allows us to listen deeply, to understand ourselves better, and to prepare for the cycle to begin again. When we live in harmony with these seasons, the seasons within and without, we find a natural balance. We stop fighting the flow of life and instead move with it. We learn to trust that just as spring follows winter, good times will return after hardship, and rest is as important as action. Many people forget this simple truth. They try to stay forever in spring or summer, chasing growth and success, avoiding the quiet or the losses that come with autumn and winter. But this only brings suffering because life is not meant to be one long season. It is meant to be a dance, a cycle, a rhythm. In Buddhism, this is called impermanence, the understanding that all things change. When you accept impermanence, you stop clinging to fixed ideas of how life should be. Instead, you welcome each moment as it comes. You flow with the seasons, both inside yourself and in the world around you. This acceptance brings freedom. Freedom from fear, from resistance, from endless striving. You become like the tree that bends in the wind rather than breaks. You become rooted, yet flexible. Strong, yet gentle. Think about your own life as you listen to these words. What season are you in right now? Are you in spring, feeling the stirrings of something new? Or summer, enjoying the warmth of your efforts? Perhaps autumn, learning to let go? Or winter, resting deeply? Wherever you are, know this is exactly where you need to be. Each season is perfect and complete. Each holds its own wisdom. You do not have to rush to change it or wish it away. Instead, meet it with kindness and curiosity. Observe what arises in your heart and body. Notice the feelings, the thoughts, the sensations. These are your guides, showing you how to move with the season. When you live like this, healing flows naturally. The mind grows calm because it is no longer caught in struggle. The body relaxes because it is not forced to fight. The spirit breathes freely because it knows it is part of a larger dance. Let me remind you again, nature never hurries. The flowers bloom when the time is right. The leaves fall when their season comes. The river flows steadily to the sea. We too are nature. We are part of this great whole. When you remember this, life becomes less confusing and more beautiful. You see that every moment has value. Every feeling has a purpose. Every season brings its own gifts. Try to bring this awareness into your daily life. When you wake in the morning, feel the breath moving in and out. Feel the steady beat of your heart. Know that you are alive and part of this great rhythm. When you face challenges, remind yourself that this too shall pass. Like winter turns to spring, the difficulties will soften and change. When you experience joy, let yourself savor it fully. Like the warmth of summer sun, enjoy its light without clinging. And when you feel sadness or loss, give yourself space to grieve. Like the autumn leaves, allow yourself to release with grace. This way of living is gentle. It honors the natural flow of life instead of fighting against it. It teaches us patience, compassion, and deep trust. Healing, then, becomes not something we force or control, but something that arises naturally when we align with the seasons of life. Remember the story of the old Zen Master who said, "If you want to know the truth, look at the seasons. When spring comes, the grass grows by itself. You do not have to do anything special. Healing will come when the time is right. Your job is simply to be present, to be aware, and to be kind to yourself. Rest when it is winter, grow when it is spring, shine when it is summer, release when it is autumn. This is the path of harmony. This is the way to live naturally and heal deeply. May you find peace in every season. May you move with ease through the cycles of your life. And may you awaken to the deep wisdom that life itself offers, sustaining natural healing for a lifetime. The journey of healing is not a race. It is a gentle path that unfolds with patience and care. Just as a tree grows slowly, season by season, so does your healing deepen when you nurture it naturally and with kindness. The body, mind, and spirit are intertwined, like threads woven tightly together in the fabric of your life. To sustain healing is to honor this connection every day. Imagine a river flowing steadily, never rushing, but always moving forward. This steady flow is how healing becomes a part of you. Not a quick fix that fades, but a calm stream that nourishes your whole being. When you learn to live in harmony with yourself and the world around you, healing is no longer something you chase. It simply happens. For many years, you may have sought answers outside, looking for treatments or advice that promise quick results. Yet the true power to heal comes from within. Buddhism teaches us that peace is not found in possessions or achievements, but in a mind that rests quietly in the present moment. This peace is the soil where healing grows naturally. Think of the times when you felt truly well, when your heart was light, your breath easy, and your mind clear. These moments are glimpses of your natural state, free from the weight of worries and pain. The more you return to these moments, the more your natural healing strength awakens and flourishes. To sustain this healing, it helps to remember three things: patience, presence, and compassion. Patience means allowing your body and mind the time they need to heal. There's no hurry in true healing. Sometimes progress is slow, almost invisible, but every small step matters. Like the bamboo that bends with the wind, yielding without breaking, patience teaches you to be flexible and gentle with yourself. Presence means being awake to each moment, fully aware of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. When you are present, you listen deeply to what your body and mind are telling you. You notice when tension arises, when the heart feels heavy, or when peace shines through. This awareness is the doorway to healing, opening space for change to occur naturally. Compassion is the loving kindness you offer yourself on this journey. It is easy to be hard on yourself for not healing faster or for feeling pain. But compassion invites you to treat yourself as you would a dear friend, with warmth, understanding, and forgiveness. When you practice compassion, you soften the heart's resistance and allow healing energy to flow more freely. Healing naturally is also about balance, balancing activity and rest, effort and ease, giving and receiving. Life moves in cycles, like the seasons, and your healing follows these rhythms. In times of growth, you may feel more energy and motivation. In times of rest, you allow your body and spirit to renew. Both are necessary and sacred. Remember, healing is not only about the absence of illness or discomfort. It is about wholeness, the feeling of being complete just as you are. It is about reconnecting with your true nature, which is peaceful, wise, and whole beneath every surface struggle. As a Zen master, I have seen many come seeking answers outside themselves, only to discover that the greatest healer is always within. Your breath, your awareness, your kindness toward yourself. These are the tools you carry every moment. They do not require special places, expensive treatments, or extra time. They ask only for your attention and your willingness to return again and again. In this final part of our journey together, I invite you to carry these teachings with gentle confidence. Let them be your daily companions, your guiding light through the challenges and joys of life. When you stumble or feel lost, come back to your breath. When pain arises, meet it with kindness. When your mind races, return to stillness. Sustaining healing means making peace with impermanence, the truth that all things change. Your body ages, your circumstances shift, your feelings come and go. Yet beneath this flow, your true nature remains steady and calm, like a clear sky beyond passing clouds. Trust this truth is the foundation of lasting healing. Life is not about perfection or constant happiness. It is about being present with what is, sometimes bright and easy, sometimes dark and difficult, and knowing that each moment is a chance to heal anew. Each moment is a gift. As you move forward, let your life be a gentle dance of healing. Move with grace, breathe with awareness, and open your heart with compassion. In this way, healing becomes not just a goal, but a way of living, a natural rhythm that flows through every day. Thank you for walking this path with me. Thank you for opening yourself to the wisdom of natural healing. May you find peace, health, and joy that last a lifetime. If this journey has touched your heart, I invite you to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Wisdom Woven. Your presence here supports a community of healing and peace, reaching many who need these teachings most. Please share your thoughts below. Your voice matters, and together we grow stronger. Remember, the power to heal is always within you. Nurture it gently, let it fully, and let your life shine as a testament to the quiet strength of natural healing.